Trophy coming to you on...
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the British Darts Organisation, welcome to finals day of the Sports Direct BDO World Trophy. We're live at the lakeside for darts on day! Our first quarter-final match brings to the stage the reigning Hall Open, Denmark Open and Lithuanian Open champion. He is Lithuania's Lucky D, Darius Labanauskas! We now introduce a twice Lakeside World Championship semi-finalist, a former British Open, Dutch Open and Finger Darts Masters champion. It's the Dazzler, Fitton!
Good afternoon, everybody. Daryl Fitton wanting to do the belly bash on everybody up there. Great Madness fan, of course, and he's been playing very well in this competition so far. Seeded 8, 54 years old now, but Darius Labanauskas, the Lithuanian, against Glenn Durrant, really solid, really solid.
Yeah, very good, very impressed. A lot of the players I've spoke to and said, are you surprised with it? No, obviously they play each other regularly in ranking tournaments, and they've seen him play at this level frequently.
Doesn't speak much English, keeps himself to himself. He's won the Hall Open and the Denmark Open and the Lithuanian Open this year. And the bookies checked the odds before they came up. They make him the 6-4 on favourite. Daryl Fitton, who's the more experienced player, 11-10 against.
Yeah, that would be based on their tournament averages, and Labanauskas is more or less 3 points ahead in those stats. And I'm sure they're and who he beat, the fact that he beat Durrant, who was the #1 seed, and the one they expected to be in the final. So
he played really well against Durrant, didn't he? I think everybody we were waiting for him to crumble, and he just never did. So the man with the darts is Daryl Fitton.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg down to go first. Game on!
Good crowd in here, knowledgeable crowd. Daryl Fitton has been throwing as well on the stage as he has for some time. I was talking to Tony O'Shea, who's a big mate of his, of course, but he says that he reckons the way Daryl's throwing, he's certainly somebody who you've got to consider as a potential overall winner. Well,
they've played each other on 2 previous occasions, and Darius is yet to beat Fitton.
100.
They played each other this year in the German Masters in April. Daryl won 5-2, and they played each other in the group
121
match in the Zuidendam last December, and Daryl came through that one 5-3.
Well, there's the analysis from Time for Mason.
60.
Bookies do get it wrong sometimes. Labanauskas got such a tremendous start against Glenn Durrant, didn't he? And I always think Glenn's a better front runner than a come from behind sort of player.
100.
When he's dominating a game, he tends to just keep pushing and...
Well, he can steamroller people, can't he?
Well, especially scoring power, but...
He averaged 104 and came up short, but Labanauskas, of course, winning when it matters and getting the checkouts when it matters.
And what it will do, John, is boost his confidence massively. He will really fancy the job here against Fitton.
This is handy.
Although this is a fabulous start by Darrell. He's got to watch this because they are set up perfectly.
156.
Little smile there. He wasn't going to go anywhere near that treble 20, was he?
No, and I don't blame him. If he'd have caught one of them flights, which were basically in his flight line, it would have gone in the treble.
58.
So double 12 for
1-0.
Checkout rates of both these lads have been up over 50%.
Yeah, that's world class.
That's a good marker. Ooh. You can hear a pin drop.
No
He's
score.
missed it.
Fortunately, Labanauskas way back on 183.
I'm sure Suggs, you know, the Madness lead singer, must be aware
81.
of Darrell Fitton, and he likes his sport. And
He lives in this part of the world as well. I'm amazed he's never made his way to the lakeside.
he might still do if Darrell goes all the way, you never know. That's a big dart.
Shot on the first leg.
Settles him right into it. And Fitton is ahead 1-0.
First. Game on.
Hangs around with Madars Razma quite a lot. Labanauskas, who comes from the same part of the world and who speaks a lot more English than he does, sort of acts as his interpreter as well as his buddy when they're on tour.
59.
If he starts winning tournaments, he'll be picking up a bit more English.
Well, pounds.
Fancy dress
100.
outfits here as ever. Oh, Elvis has made it.
I've seen the Honey Monster. Pretty scary at 9 AM.
He's a big Elvis, isn't he? It's a sort of a latter day Elvis rather than the snake-hipped Elvis.
61.
We've had a honey monster in the building.
140.
A lot of silly hats. Fitton not able to put pressure on the throw in this leg so far.
48.
Yeah, we're going to get a few like that, I think, John. Whoever kicks the leg off first and starts to dominate. Both very similar in the way they approach the game.
Great setup.
Oh, 12 darts thrown, tops left. Pretty regulation, that's where you want to be.
60. That should acquire 40.
So tops then for one apiece. We said his finishing has been terrific.
Yes, that's been shot on the second leg.
14
That is
out of
Labanauskas.
24 in the tournament.
That's what I looked
58%
like, John,
rate.
before I went to makeup.
Third leg, Darrell to throw first. Game on.
Similar colouring.
That's what a couple of hours with rolling does to you post midnight.
It's a little bit harsh. It was a late night last night, wasn't it, so far as
26.
commentating and playing was concerned. Wolfie's match finishing close to midnight. A terrific performance from Dean Reynolds.
I think we come off air at about 10 past.
Was it? I have to say,
Brilliant.
That's great.
180.
First 180 of the match.
Thought Wolfie was very big in defeat. And,
Yeah.
and that was nice for Dean.
I think the scheduling was tough on him.
96.
Also in that match, Dean brought a big following with him, and very sporting that he was trying to stop them being too noisy while Martin was on the hockey. That was a nice touch.
100.
His parents have a pub just down the road, don't they, Guildford?
Yes. Yeah, he plays for London County, I do believe.
Well, Labanauskas has got Fitton under a bit of pressure here.
Sure has. Labanauskas
56.
up round the average that Durant was hitting when he beat him around 104. Fitton way back at the moment. just around 70, which will have to improve.
42.
Put the kiss of death on his
Yeah.
throwing there, didn't we? Two brilliant visits and then 42. Can Fitton close the gap? He's had a few issues. He's got a bad hip, as
Yes.
Darrell, which hasn't helped him. Great dart.
112 left. 91 left.
Treble 17 would be handy. Oh, he's going up.
Don't know, it's early.
98.
I know it was 122 left, so it was 101.
Ah.
It's early.
264 Fitton. Shaking his head. Not happy with the way he's letting him go at the right now.
No wonder they don't let me chalk at Super League on a Thursday.
Darrell came through against Craig Caldwell and Martin Phillips.
Oh.
And
Yes, that's been shot. And the third
Labanauskas
player.
has taken one against his
14 darts,
throw.
John.
Fourth leg,
Clean
Daniels to
as a
throw
whistle.
first. Game on.
There's a little note there saying, "Hi Mason." I presume that's Mason who's watching at home rather than you.
Yeah, it's a very popular Christian name.
46. $96.
Darrell could do with hitting back. A reminder that it is the best of 15 legs at this stage in the quarter-final.
139.
Didn't have the best view of the treble 20 there, hence why he opted to go down for the treble 19. He's feeling a bit of tension at the moment,
96.
Darrell, hence everything being a little bit low. Pulling a lot of darts, not flowing as yet. Where Darius
100.
looks much more comfortable.
He's kind of picked up where he left off yesterday, hasn't he?
Yes.
$96.
Darrell, a winner of 10 ranking titles over the years. Darius has actually got 13, but many of them in the Baltic area, where arguably you could say that they're softer targets.
Again, a leg, Labanauskas is dominating. Just not found his range yet, has he?
97.
No, 12 darts already for
76.
Labanauskas and 76 required, treble 20.
Darrell won the opening leg, and then since then, Labanauskas 13, 14, and now
Yes, that's
15.
game shot. And the
Well,
fourth
he's got a
leg.
match average
Daniels
of a ton
Labanauskas.
plus, just over
Fifth
the
leg,
100.
Darrell
Darrell
to throw
Fitton's
first.
current
Game on.
match average, 73.
This is quality stuff from Labanauskas again. I mean, he's playing above.
60.
He's playing above his tournament average. You can't ask anything but that from a player. Where Darrell is some 20 points off of his tournament average before this match started.
140.
Labanauskas is throwing some terrific darts. The average continues to rise, and with a 100% checkout rate, tells its own story. What's more like it from Darrell?
139.
Manchester man Darrell Fitton comes from Urmston.
Look at this for a riposte.
Cool.
Another 180.
That's his second already. The average goes up to 105, nearly 106.
The best average we've seen by a male player so far was that
90.
Glenn Durrant, near 105, and somehow he managed to lose against this very man who's now averaging 105 himself.
133.
And rising, 107 now. He was very, very solid yesterday. We kept We commentated on his game, didn't we, Chris? And we kept thinking, surely he's got it.
96.
Yeah, we thought he was going to come off the top, didn't we?
Yeah, and he never really did.
Oh, his finishing, if he did have the odd score, Glenn was hitting big shots to tee it up and not getting a go.
Double 16.
32.
Well, a moment of fallibility, giving Fitton an opportunity. It's only on his throw, though. Could do with this, big time.
Rare miss. So he's going for full 19s for double top. Now, I don't mind that way, because often when you go up for the treble 20, if you hit a 20 and then hit a treble,
56.
you can block your line in. So going for the full
16.
19s give you an absolute clear target at tops.
Another break of throw, perhaps imminent. There it is.
Yes, ice cream shot on the fifth leg. Darius Labanauskas.
4-1, Labanauskas.
Now, we can't call that a poor leg, but
Sixth leg.
that
Darius to
is the
throw
worst
first.
leg
Game on.
of this match so far for Darius. And if that's going to continue, Fitton is in a heap of trouble.
That was off the treble wire. That's one in. He's coming down now.
117.
Good for that.
Although, if this continues, first leg, Fitton. Second leg, Darius, 13. Second leg, 14. Third leg, 15. Fourth leg, 16. That continues. How about the sixth leg?
98.
Darryl will be back in this match.
Interesting logic.
No logic in darts, John.
The interval comes at 7 legs this time.
45.
Now Fitton wants to get a couple under into his pocket by then.
When you tickle tungsten for a living, you've got to be a little bit bonkers, I think.
You've got to have some nerve.
137.
I never cease to, as somebody who is a poor pub player, I never cease to wonder and marvel at the nerve of the top guys.
I'll tell you all about it later, mate. Don't worry.
96.
This is better.
Great first start.
137.
Oh, big Andy's here.
Lakeside legend.
Andy Fordham was in action on Saturday. Lost to Glenn Durrant in the opening match of the competition. Lovely to see him around, though, and immensely popular with the fans.
96. That'll you require 129.
Yeah, one of the most popular champions at Lakeside.
He's one of sport's good guys.
And a former World Master winner as well.
Only just the wrong side of the wire there. He's looking for treble
53.
20 bull.
Got a chance here now,
Darius you
Labanauskas.
require 147.
If he doesn't take this out, this is the only time you see a 147 quicker than Ronnie O'Sullivan. And that's only just.
I was once at a boxing match over in the States, and they had a pool table set up at the back.
131.
And of course, the Americans don't know who Ronnie
That'll
O'Sullivan
require
is.
76.
And he was there playing, and he never missed a ball. You could see him thinking, who is this guy? Fitton on 76.
Has to get this.
16
Get
for
one
tops.
dart. Oh, only just one dart. It was nearly an 8.
36.
Well, that could hurt.
Darius you require 16.
That's a real
Could
opportunity
be.
missed.
A nail.
Come on. Just the wrong side of the wire, double 4.
According to his stats,
8.
he shouldn't miss.
That'll you require
Incredibly,
40.
he has.
This is huge for Fitton.
Yeah, lifeline.
And
Yes,
takes
second
it.
shot on the sixth leg.
Is that the start of the comeback? One more leg
Seventh
before the
Darryl
break.
to throw first. Game on.
Fitton with the darts. And 4-3 would look a whole lot better
Yeah, huge
than
leg.
what was potentially looking like 6-1.
Yeah, that breaker throw there for Fitton was a lifeline. If he can just
82.
consolidate that, nick this leg with throw, you go into that break a happy camper. I mean, looking at the stats, this match shouldn't even be close. Near on 99 average for Labanauskas to Darryl's 80. And rising.
His first maximum.
Looks more like Fitton.
Crowd favourite, they love him. And they want to see more. The outsider, remember, if you're just joining us, Daryl Fitton, big lad from Manchester, quoted as the 11-10 outsider by the bookies when the match began.
Yeah, they had Labanauskas just the favourite, didn't they?
6-4 on.
60.
Which made me raise an eyebrow, to be honest. I'd have made them 10-11 each of two. That's probably why I'm a poor bookie.
100.
Daryl with the edge on experience, you have to say. Now whether that's going to be a factor as they edge closer towards the finishing line. He's going well here with a very important leg just before the break.
Should switch.
He is doing.
99.
How much pressure will Labanauskas put on this 80? Well, enough.
100.
Has a really good temperament. Now Fitton, 80. Another one required, 4 tops.
A little bit awkward that, John. Look how the dart is sat up.
It's awkward.
Left hand side to aim at.
60.
Hasn't got a lot to go, I tell you.
You require 116.
No, trouble 19 for tops.
Daryl comes back with double
56.
10.
To go within 1.
Daryl, you require 20.
Small adjustment required. It's not a bad marker, that one. Oh, double 5 now. This is a tough one.
10.
Yeah, that.
Darius, you require 60.
The amount of movement from 10s to 5 does make it a bit of a nightmare. 20 for tops.
This is for 5-2. And he's
Yes,
taken it. That's a big blow to Daryl Fitton. They go into the break with Labanauskas getting a key break of throw there and leading by 5-2. Welcome back to the lakeside, and what an important break of throw that was just before the interval for the Lithuanian Darius Labanauskas. 5-2. Daryl Fitton now has got an absolute mountain to climb. First to 8 to take a place in the semi-final. And Labanauskas, well, he's checkouts, he's 50% checkouts, and Daryl 2 out of 12, 17%, and he's not been scoring as heavily as Labanauskas either.
Yeah, way behind on all the stats, John. But Labanauskas, a couple of points above his tournament average, so playing to form, where Daryl's really found it tough going this morning to get himself up around that near 92 tournament average. And if he was up around that, this would be a much more competitive game, but he's
45.
Not quite hit the stage running.
It's not over yet.
Long way from over.
Got to get it across the line. 3 more required for Labanauskas.
85.
Third dart for Fitton, squeezing it into the treble bed.
$100.
Steady ton. I think that's been the word really about Labanauskas. He's been so steady.
Well, if your errors are tons,
60.
you're tough to beat. Again, his finishing, as you mentioned, John, rock solid, 5 from 10. His tournament stats are 18 from 33, that's 55%. That is tournament winning statistics.
And another ton 40 there. He's averaging up Not too far short of the 100 mark, 97 at the moment. And Darrell is just struggling for his best form.
If he continues in this vein, Labanauskas is going to be tough to beat.
60.
Mark McGeaney against Jamie Hughes next up. The other quarterfinals, Scott Waits against Peter Machin, who's looked good. Danny Noppert, the Dutchman, against the young Welshman Dean Reynolds. That's the last 8.
I'm very impressed with Dean. Very impressed with Nick Kenny. Both young lads got a big future in this game, I fancy. As does Danny Noppert. Another player that's impressed over the last couple of days.
30.
Darrell.
It's not there at the moment, is it, Chris? So with the throw, 101, that was a bit of an opportunity there for Fitton, at least to put some big pressure on. Double 16 now for Labanauskas for 6-2.
69.
Oh, missed that by a distance.
I think that must have slipped out of his hand. Well, that's the excuse I use.
Sort of dart you throw when one of your mates accidentally bangs you in the back. Bull.
Oh! Where did that come from?
Come on, he shouts.
Could that be the little boost he needs to turn this game around?
He needs something to just ignite his form.
Maybe
it has. Maybe it has indeed.
Maybe about it. Look at this.
Oh yes. His second maximum bullseye finish, and on we go. Funny old game, isn't it?
Funny old game.
46.
That was Greavesy, wasn't it?
Yep.
Jimmy Greaves, funny old game, Saint.
Funny old game.
Good stuff from Darrell Fitton. Suddenly looking like a different player.
84.
And now trying to tee it up. Way behind, or has been for most of the game on the averages, but now, well, it could be 5-4 after this. We said there was still a long way to go, and it's amazing what a couple of inspired visits to the hockey can do to the shape of a game.
Yep. It's one of the few sports where stats do lie. Because this one really shouldn't be close.
I'm not a huge fan of stats.
That'll you require 164.
They just don't tell the story, do they?
No.
It's like
I've always said, John, averages don't win tournaments, doubles do.
84.
Well, Leicester City have had many a game this season in the Premier League where they've
totally
not had the possession, but
yeah,
they've gone and won the game because they've got a bloke called Vardy up front.
58.
So Fitton, 80 for 5-4.
Yeah, to go within one of the early pace setter.
Got loads of time, Labanauskas way back, so it's just the setup.
48.
He's on to the double he wants, and he's going to be just starting to fancy it a little
96.
bit. He can just put this away.
32.
Still got 6 from here.
Yes, that's been shot on the ninth.
Good dart.
That'll fit it.
Better work. It's all down to that bullseye checkout, isn't it? Suddenly
106
like
on the ball,
Darius
and he hit the
to
5, and you think, well, that's
Game
that
on.
done and dusted. And then he hits the treble 17, knocks the ball, and then the next throw, it's a 180, and goes in one leg of Labanauskas. It's yeah, it is a funny old game.
100.
Bit of lunchtime refreshment in the crowd. You have to pace yourself, don't you, when you've got a 12-hour sort of day.
The difference there in the scores. 15 ton pluses, 7 more, 2 more 140s. It's Jeff Smith who's joined us in the commentary box.
Lakeside runner-up. Oh, another maximum. He has some momentum, Christopher.
He certainly does.
184, and the
Labanauskas at it, isn't he?
Yep, he certainly is. Throws under pressure. Another ton 40 here. It's coming down.
136.
Superb. 48, Fitton, and the match will be level. Good scrapping from Labanauskas.
Yeah, that was a good visit.
Double 16 for 5 all.
Yeah, against the throw as well.
Yes. Yes.
11 dart leg from absolutely nowhere. The last 3 legs, that 106 finish is what you touched on, John. Has really been a game changer, and he shouldn't even have had a go at it because Labanauskas had the darts at double 16. How one shot can change a game.
Well, that's a good dart. That was a good dart.
He's now favourite for me, Fitton. Back on throw, has the darts.
How's Labanauskas going to respond? They're both in.
137.
That's impressive.
Well, after the last 3 legs, it's a good response. Fitton in again now. Now he's absolutely motoring.
He's starting to see these trebles as big as buckets.
Yep.
140.
Scoring in the last 3 legs has been absolutely superb.
He was like a man sleepwalking earlier on.
Well, he just managed to do enough to sort of stay involved, and I think Labanauskas just switched off briefly, and now he's paying the price.
Well, it looked as though Labanauskas at one stage was going to be heading for 6-1. It went to 4-2 and then 5-2, and now Fitton right back there. He's not on a finish yet, though. Looking for a treble.
90.
Well, there looks only one winner at the moment, doesn't it? How the game is literally of 2 halves.
Oh, good dart. Just checking on the score, where he wants to be.
100.
And it's a steady ton, 78 required to go 6-5.
Needs another treble.
100.
Darryl, one of those who's elected to stay away from the Lakeside complex over the weekend. Tops now for 6-5.
And control.
Oh, unlucky.
38.
Could go full 19s, double 16. Could go 18s. Could go treble 20. Could go 17s. 89 left, so treble 19, double 16. Bit awkward. Yeah.
So Fitton gets another opportunity. That's a good last start, by the way. Fitton now tops for 6-5. Important moment in the game.
Well,
excuse me.
Stats suggest he won't miss. There we go.
Suddenly throwing with real confidence.
Yeah.
Whereas earlier he was just trying to hang in there and looking at his hands as though they belonged to somebody else. And now he's seeing those targets looking altogether more welcome.
Darius to throw first. Game on.
No No over celebration, trying to keep the heart rate down, keep the adrenaline rush in check.
Well, that's what experience gives you. He's
100.
vastly experienced at this level.
First to 8, remember.
Played many, many times on that big stage.
77.
Won't be rattled.
Twice a Lakeside semi-finalist, Darrell, in 2005 and 2009. And he's been a top player for a long time.
140.
Yeah, I played him on that stage in the middle to late 90s in the World Masters, and Tony O'Shea. So that's how long they've been about.
100.
Speaking about yourself as an old dinosaur, Chris.
played Tony O'Shea.
You were pretty young at the time.
I played Tony O'Shea in 94, 95 in the Cheshire Open.
135.
Won 501 quid and averaged 105 in the final. That was unheard of, though, back then.
Hope you spent it wisely.
Absolutely not, John, you know that.
24. Daddy should acquire 126.
126 then to hold his throw.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time. No need to go for 19s. Treble. Oh, it should be. Yeah, treble 10.
86.
Nice steady setup. Tops left and Fitton a long way back. So I think Labanauskas is going to be squaring this up.
Oh, parity. 6 apiece and a best of 3.
70. Daddy should acquire 40. Yes, that's game shot to the 12th leg. Darius Labanauskas. 13th leg. Darrell to throw first. Game on.
Great start. Regrouped, returned, and got the big number he was looking for.
$140.
Heavy blows exchanged.
Right hand for right hand.
I know who my money would be on if it was right hand for right hand.
125.
Yeah, wouldn't want to meet Darrell down a dark alley, would you?
Not sure I'd fancy an arm wrestle against him.
He's a big boy. Lovely fella. BFG.
140.
Big friendly giant. That film's coming out soon, isn't it?
Certainly is.
It's a Spielberg.
No shock. Oh, look at this.
135.
Terrific. Considering the circumstances, that was quite a leg from both. Should switch. Trouble 17.
Oh, good dart.
91. That'll
Gives him
101.
an outside chance.
101, he's looking at treble 20 for starters. He's got it.
Perfect. 1 for tops. Oh,
Double 16.
double 16.
85.
So Labanauskas comes back requiring
Darius should acquire
130.
130.
Fitton poised.
Oh, that's awkward now.
Needs a treble 20 for the bullseye.
Yeah. Didn't have a lot to aim at there.
90.
And he gets the bullseye just to show you what could have
That'll
been.
require
Right,
16.
double 8
So frustrating.
for 7-6.
And within 1 of a place in the semi-final.
Just needs to
Start.
kiss in. Oh!
No score.
That's a moment which he might reflect on
Darius
with
should
some
acquire
anguish.
40.
Well, that's a real game changer, because a breaker throw will give Labanauskas the throw to win the match in the very next leg.
One dart. Perhaps the most important dart of the match.
Looks nervy. Yeah.
No score.
Bit unfortunate, to be honest. It was well thrown, just didn't go in.
That'll require
What a
16.
let-off that is for Fitton.
What tension up there now. Crowd are absolutely living it with these players. Double 8 for Fitton for 7-6. Yes!
That's game short in the 13th leg. Daryl Fitton.
And he only needs one more
14th
now.
leg, Darius to throw first. Game on.
Cool.
Few is the translation.
Well, it's must-win time now for Labanauskas, or it's all over.
137.
Considering the disappointment he must have in his mind after having 3 unlikely darts at tops. That was oh, this is class.
Oh, how about that? 177, good as a maximum. And what a time to do it.
I have to say, this has been a tremendous performance from Fitton, considering he just, early doors, just wasn't at the races, was he?
Well, he was averaging about 72, wasn't he? And that's not lying too cleverly, having to adjust.
84.
Good last dart, needed it.
Well, he's pretty much got the throw, all but a 140 or a... Yeah. Absolute control now.
98.
He's pretty much nicked the darts.
Yeah.
Guess
Just 32 behind, minus these, so a ton or a ton 40. He's loading the Labanauskas throw with pressure.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
unlucky.
Unfortunate.
Well,
38.
that was not a great last dart, so Labanauskas now, he has an opportunity to regain control of a key leg. See a bit of tension in the throw now.
Yeah, it's really twitchy.
94.
And Daryl will be fully aware, even if he doesn't get over the line in this leg, he has the throw in the decider.
Well, that's one he didn't need.
Well, a 17 leaves 162.
Cogs are turning. Decisions. Coming
He'll
down.
go for the treble 17, I would have thought. Yeah.
76.
Good dart.
Daddy should acquire
Good call, Chris.
114.
Beginner's luck.
That's not in the treble. Treble 20 would leave double 18.
Stay there for double 8.
58.
Now,
Ball 19's ball. He
126.
changed this game with that ball finish, didn't he, on that 106? What a way to win it this will be.
needs the treble 19 now for bullseye. Oh, it's just outside.
Oh, I thought that was in.
No.
58.
Big pressure.
Daddy should acquire 56.
Stay in the match and take it to a decider.
Got to get this. Tops. Double 10. His chances perhaps hinge on this, and he's done it.
That's him short in the 14th leg. Darius Labanauskas.
Plenty of bottle.
15th leg.
So,
Daryl
the
to
deciding
throw
leg.
first. Game on.
Fascinating game. Great opener. Oh,
Not a
look
bad
at this.
second. That's
Oh, what a way to,
Absolute
what a way to begin the deciding leg. I see admiration all over your face, Chris.
Yeah, that's it. In that situation, you stand there and you think, come on, please. And there's no better feeling in the world
85.
when you drop one of them in. It's like the last minute of a football match and curling one in from 25 yards.
Top corner.
Yeah. Or potting a long
60.
black down the rail. Or a 20-foot putt. None of which I've ever done.
A bit twitchy
41.
there.
Yeah.
Fitton,
He knows he's...
very strong favourite now. It's unlucky, just the wrong side of the wire.
Yeah, so just a tiniest of adjustments.
Oh, brilliant.
145.
What a leg. What a leg. 126 left after 9 thrown. No matter what Labanauskas does from this point, Fitton's under no pressure to take the 126 out.
Well, it's Fitton's to lose, isn't it?
Yeah, he can just set this up
99.
now.
Daryl, you require
He's got at least
126.
6 from here to get over the line. What a fabulous performance.
Oh, good dart.
Well,
He could go for it.
nah, he's good for it. Nah.
82.
Well, he caught himself there.
He thought about it
Yeah, he
momentarily.
did, yeah.
You could see the eye
Yeah.
line. That's why I said
Well,
it.
his eyes were like an action man, weren't they? They were going all over the place. Shall I go for 18, 10? Oh, don't go for an 18. You might bust if you hit the 54, and then last second thought no, a 10. That was the safest.
Right, 44. Double 16 he likes normally. So you would anticipate this to be 12.
Still 6 starts if he needs them.
Oh, he's put it away.
Brilliant.
What a comeback and what a great leg. What a tremendous deciding leg that was. Opening it up with the maximum. And Darius Labanauskas, who accounted for Glenn Durrant, the #1 seed, is now eliminated by Big Daryl, who started really slowly. But after that 106 double checkout, his performance was ignited. And he comes through into the semi-finals, winning 8-7. Well played.